If I could give you one piece of advice about this strat, this nothing matters Malphite, it's just to remember deep down inside of you that every living creature on this earth dies alone. Everything that you are and ever were will be dust eventually, and no one will remember your name ever. So no one will definitely remember whether or not you won this lane as nothing matters Malphite. Hello Safi, welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. So Malphite's a champion that really struggles with mana. So, you know, that doesn't matter. Just kind of use it all up. Take our autos to the face. We see our jungler ganking. If this works out, that's great. If not, oh well. Alright, so we're going to ping our jungler to help us shove this lane, seeing as we're a manaless Malphite. And he's not going to listen, so that doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and back. Definitely means we're going to be missing our cannon. But as nothing matter Malphites, that's not really a big deal. There will be more cannons, just like there will be more U's, honestly, if you think about it. You are very easily replaceable. If you work at Nike, Nike probably doesn't know your name. If you work at McDonald's, your manager barely remembers your name. If you're a streamer, there's a million other things. There's a million other streamers just like you. Nothing really matters. I've got someone in my chat telling me your mother said that you're unique. Well, what I would say to that, the counterplay to that is that there are millions of mothers and only one of them told you you're special. So, you know, it's her word against millions. So we just kind of got poked down to less than half our health. We don't really have another power spike until level 6. Killing Orianna was almost entirely a fluke. So we're just kind of going to walk around. If we can get this cannon, nah, it's fine. Doesn't really matter. We're pretty zoned. We'll probably have to wait for a gank before we can do anything. So I like to take these times, these little lulls, these little down times in the laning phase with nothing matter Malphites to just kind of ponder life and what happens after life, and you know, on a more conceptual level, what happened before life. Was there anything before life? I don't remember anything before life.
I'd rather be shiny like sunken pirate ship.
See, I'm not really sure what that quote is referencing. On the whole, though, whatever it's referencing doesn't matter. Could be a good movie, could be a good book. Udyr's standing in the bush. Let's go ahead and release him from his obligations. You don't have to gank me. Nothing matters. We're almost level 6. Probably want to start saving up our mana so we can have our full combo at 6. Maybe kill her. Send this Orianna to the great beyond. Maybe then she can send us a postcard and tell us what happens after we die. It'd probably just tell us nothing matters, though. Hey Ioki, I'm new here. Would you recommend doing the Nothing Matters Malphite strat to climb? I'm Iron and new to the game.
Hey guys, I am back.
Maybe.
I just got out of a meeting where I influenced some positive changes.
Nope.
In a technical document for the American Welding Society.
You may think
Hope
you did
were
that.
Having a good stream.
I'm having an absolutely neutral stream. Thank you for sharing, though. But to the Iron player asking if you would recommend the Nothing Matters Malphite strat to climb, I'm gonna give a hard maybe to that. Just get as many of these minions as we can. Clap them. It's kind of fun. But ultimately, it's a fleeting kind of fun. It doesn't last forever. Nothing does. And, you know, in sticking with the theme of the build, as you can tell, even if whether we get all these minions or we miss them all, another one comes just all the same. It's just an endless assembly line of look-alike minions. So we're gonna try to roam. We're gonna try to spread the gospel. Alright. So we sent him to meet his maker. He's probably better off for it. We're gonna see if we can get this cannon. Not really gonna pay attention to what Oriana's doing. she's playing her own game. I'm gonna go back and buy boots. Cause when I'm down in the dumps, I like to take a nice long walk, and hurts your feet to do that without boots. No real strategy or thought put into what boots I'm gonna buy. I'll figure that out later. I bought this book item because when I was a kid, I really liked the color purple. In 2nd grade, a kid named Nick told me that purple is a color for girls. So from 2nd grade to, you know, age 20, it wasn't my favorite color anymore. But it's starting to grow on me again, because now I've kind of realized Nick was an idiot, and purple's just a really nice color. Okay, so Kane is obviously very upset about what I did to him earlier. I wish that I could express to him that it wasn't personal. It was just out of convenience. I just ulted him because it felt good. There was no real motivation or larger theme or goal behind me doing it. I just did it because he was there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and let our teammates know that Oriana is missing. Whether she's going up, down, sideways, nowhere, who knows? Doesn't really matter.
Is this an imitation stream of you trying to act out the thoughts of the players who have hurt you today?
No one's hurt me today. If anything, I've hurt others. And I feel awful about that. Because even though nothing matters, you know, you look to your left, you look to your right, and there's 2 human beings there. And in the cold, vast expanse of space, nothing matters, but we're all we have. All we have is each other. So we should try to tell each other funny jokes and not hurt each other's feelings. My favorite funny joke is this Oriana thinking that she's allowed to play the game today. Well, it turns out she's bested me. We're gonna go ahead, go back to lane. Kane is seeking his righteous revenge. I probably deserve that. I put a lot of gold onto Kane there, but in the end that won't really matter. Even if he wins the game because of it. He'll get what, 21 LP? He'll probably piss that away by the end of the day. Who knows? Maybe Kane winning this game. Maybe this is the first step on his climb to the LCS studio, the LCS stadium, the stage. Maybe he's a future pro player. Maybe I just maybe that kill right there set him on the path, his holy mission. But I think all of you guys know the more realistic outcome, and none of that's going to happen. So we're just going to kind of push this in. Just kind of last hit these. We want to signal that our enemy is missing, as are all of our friends at the moment, but there's no ping for that. Just a cold, hollow sadness. So even though this didn't work last time, we're going to go ahead and give it another try. And once again, We surprisingly didn't learn our lesson. We don't yet have the damage to one-shotter. But maybe someday we will. I'm okay with not, though.
Bring back old Iokeki, he was less sad.
Oh, I'm not sad. Don't mistake this for sadness. I'm not sad. As I said earlier, I'm having a completely neutral day. So we'll try to just brainlessly one-shot her again in about 63 seconds. And it'll work or it won't. It will open absolutely no doors, no opportunities, bring to light no unforeseen ideas or concepts that we didn't know before. It will just work or it won't. Is this game going on YouTube? It doesn't matter, really. 30 seconds. You see my soul crying. Nope, I think you're mistaken. My soul is completely ambivalent. So if you look at these absolutely meaningless numbers, she is 30 CS above me. I have no further comment on that. That's just how it is. It was a good attempt of a play at Orianna. She did put up a fight for her life, but there's just nothing she could have done there differently. Absolutely nothing. Even if she had not disconnected, even if she had never connected to the game, the result would have been the same there. See if we can get a good roam. Doesn't look like we're wanted nor needed here. But we're going to go ahead and pose ourselves on this top laner, take a couple CS, and then throw him a thumbs up. I do have ultimate up again in 50 seconds. I'm hoping to leave some sort of impact on the game with it, but realistically that's probably not in the cards. "30 seconds until I get to disappoint myself and others again." I missed the cannon just like I missed the opportunities in life. So Orianna probably has a rough grasp on how long my cooldown is. She doesn't seem to care. She might be playing Doesn't Matter, Nothing Matters Orianna, or it might have all been a very clever ruse and a masterful bait. I'm gonna need a little help coming up, friends. Well, the lantern is a good... That lantern probably symbolizes something about how, you know, you can run the marathon, you can outrun all the crippling demons that may haunt you, that chase you down the river of life, and you may die 1 foot away from the lantern, your salvation, but it's a death all the same, and ultimately it doesn't matter how close you came. One might even say you can try so hard and get so far, but in the end, nothing matters. So we're going to go back to our lane because we know our lane. Our lane is a bit of a comfort zone. And every time we've tried to break out of it, we've found either absolute... you know, we've just found ourselves to be completely ineffectual in assisting our top laners. We've died the other times we've gone to the river, so we're just going to stay where we know, and we know mid lane. We grew up here. We'll probably die here. We know how it works. It's not scary, it's not new, and we never have to challenge ourselves if we don't leave this mid lane. Alright, we do see a friend of ours in a bit of discomfort, so we'll go ahead and help him out. Kill that Kane. Now when you help your allies out like that, you might feel a momentary relief, like a weight has been lifted, like you've really contributed something to the people around you's lives. But the reality is this Udyr didn't even thank me, nor do I expect him to, nor should he have to. He's already on to his the next new thing. He's already distracted. The good times we just had with the successful ganks, the memories we made are just a distant memory to him already. And maybe we'll re-meet. We'll meet up somewhere down the line in a bar somewhere, and reminisce. And due to nostalgia, the memories will be even nicer than when they actually happen. Though, our brains have a funny way of making memories seem. We block out all the bad parts, all the failed ganks, all the trials, the tribulations, and we only remember the nice parts. Always thought that was funny how our brain does that. Do have 20 seconds on my my ultimate. It's looking very crowded in mid lane. I don't remember it being this crowded last time I left. Do have 3 seconds left. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and Zhonya's. If I go down here and die, I'm ignited. They ignited me. So I'll go ahead and ping that their ignite is going to be down, but I don't expect anyone to even read this, let alone do anything with that information. Just gonna kind of wait around, pretend as if I'm useful to that Udyr, and he'll take all of my resources here. I'll narrowly avoid death. I think it's funny how often we narrowly avoid death. Have you guys ever thought about how dangerous driving is? You guys ever realize how weird of a concept it is that we drive? That we put ourselves in these, 2,000-pound metal death machines, and the only thing separating our death machine from crashing headfirst into another one is a yellow line painted on the road? You guys ever thought about that? Have you realized how closely we brush with death on a daily basis? All it would take would be a momentary lapse in attention of a driver. Or maybe like the whole reason I brought this up was with that Ezreal ult. Maybe I was reading chat and I would have died, and that would have been the end of me. But ultimately, that doesn't really matter because I would have came back. Love you, gonna hop off. See you later, Tuproom. I hope you enjoy your day. But I highly doubt me imploring him to have a good day will actually have an effect on whether or not he does. There's probably other outside forces that will result in him having a good or bad day. Maybe he gets a raise today. That would be a good day, whether or not I said have a good day. Maybe a friend says something mean to him, and regardless of me asking him to have a good day, he's gonna have a bad day then. "18 seconds on my ultimate. I do see my friend Darius up here struggling with a Riven. And I think that I can actually help him with that. But as always, I I was incorrect about that. They had it completely handled, and my services would have been better used elsewhere. So we're gonna do a Baron. I think that this will probably succeed, but ultimately it doesn't matter. So they do have vision. They have knowledge of it. They just sent a nice chunky Ezreal through all of our skulls. Just go ahead and go in on this, and Zhonya's hopefully stalled enough time. Orianna just had the absolute play of her entire life. And though it cost my team a lot, I'm glad that I was there to witness it. It was definitely detrimental to our team's chances of victory, but ultimately it doesn't matter. We did still get the Baron. What is this robotic version of Ioki? I don't know what you're asking me. I'm having an absolutely neutral day. Okay, so Udyr is down for about 35 more seconds. Thresh throws his lantern on top of us as if mocking our futile attempts to even injure this Riven. So my ultimate is up in 2 seconds. I want to be clear and concise with my communications and intentions. That's going to be at least 1 kill there. It was a pretty successful dive. People are kind of just running around with their, like chickens with their heads cut off. And maybe their genitals as well. So we might get a little bit of might have gained a little bit of ground there with that ultimate. Riven literally thought she was mid-montage on that play, but it turned out that she was incorrect. So it looks like we might be getting an inhibitor here. Pretty nice step forward.
I hope this message reaches you in time. Don't let a premade of friends bring you down. Remember, they are friends for a reason. Love, your biggest fan. This isn't Stan.
Ha. That was a reference to one of my favorite Nihilist songs, "Stan" by Eminem. Really underlines and outlines the futility that one-sided relationships can have. I appreciate the support, Necro. I consider you my dear friend. He laughed. Nihilists don't laugh. A common misconception there. We're gonna go ahead and we'll just close our eyes and kind of click an item at random. Do we get? Okay, we got one. Doesn't really matter which one we end up with. They all essentially do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead in for a big play here. Hope it works out. I think that it has so far. I'm getting good vibes from this play. Alright, so we completely skunked them. Could be a game ender here. I would expect a forfeit vote to be thrown out very soon. But a newer player to League of Legends may be excited or hype or show some sort of positive reaction towards that ultimate. It was quite an objectively good play, and it's led to the victory. But as I've mentioned before, this has been Nothing Matters Malphite. Hope you guys have enjoyed this guide, and I hope it leads to you staying absolutely where you are on the ranked ladder. Thank you for watching, and whatever.